Una nyangwa me Marapondo pepere wa Anaba chaineni yo Miponi yo koka Una nyangwa me Marapondo pepere wa Anaba chaineni Miponi yo koka Toi ma kwale nanye wo Nasa pula topo nembale.
Once one turns up to look at the skies in the city of Douala, the first thing you would notice is a web. Wires and mains crisscrossing from pole to pole, angle to angle, road to road, and even across roads. The web is thicker in more populated areas and reduces as it moves out from habitated areas to the suburbs. This is not regular with other cities of the world. The cause of the web in the city of Douala is questioned. The main taller poles are owned by the main power provider to the country. The shorter poles are owned by the then state telephone company before it got mobile. What has made these poles saturated with cables and mains recently is the coming of the cable image providers. The distribution of image in Cameroon is mostly done through cable networks flying in the air that must leave a main to a particular destination. There are many of such image providers in the city of Douala. Most of them who operate illegally don't get permission to install their cables on those poles. They place their cables haphazardly at all angles of the city, making the upper part of the city of Douala very disgusting if one has to admire the nature of the skies. The cable image providers may be those making the upper part of the city ugly, but they are not as dangerous as individuals who have sought to connect power by themselves without permission from the sole power provider of the country. Some individuals who have subscribed and have been provided power illegally tend secretly to provide to neighbors from their means illegally. They use electricians who may not be well trained, and the consequence could be dangerous sometimes if the installations are not well done. As the legal consumer of the power receives his power bill, he shares it amongst those he has illegally provided power to. The illegal receivers usually have their own meter readings secretly put in a hidden place. The web cables of Douala are found in some public places. This happens to be the biggest market in the Central African sub-region. The Bopi market happens to be one of the markets close to the main ports of Cameroon, which supplies Chad, Central African Republic, sometimes Congo and Gabon. People come in from these countries to get items from this market. There are many mains and cables connected in this market. Looks like there is no control of connecting power in this market stalls. Every shop owner is left with the task of connecting his own power from any source possible. In the past, and more recently, these haphazard market connections have been a source of worry to the local council. The shop owners seem not to notice the risk they go through with this, but cry over spilled milk when a disaster breaks up, which is more often recently. This market, just last year, broke into a serious fire, and the worth of billions of CFA in goods and cash were destroyed. The investigations were geared towards a short circuit that could have turned into a flame that fateful Sunday. The attitude of the shop owners here hasn't changed. They are still in the habit of illegal power connection. 15th of December 2009. Shop owners of the central market of DOUALA have just stocked their stores for Christmas sales. The power in this market has been on and off. For close to 1 week now, there has been no power in this market. People have been manipulating their means. New connections have been installed by known specialists. It's about 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. A short circuit in one of the stores has caused a flame. Fire that will consume more than 250 shops and a huge portion of this market. This is the biggest fire disaster in any Cameroonian market. It will burn for 3 days. The more than 30-year-old market has expanded too big, and the emergency entrances have been blocked by petty shops. Most of the corridors of the market too have been turned into small shops, making it very difficult for the fire to be fought. It's been very difficult for the firefighters to get to the fire with their equipment because of all this. And moreover, the population, very confused with what is happening to their investments, has formed a crowd, making movement difficult to calm down the flame. The seriousness and intensity of this fire has brought out the Cameroonian army, the gendarmes, police and even individuals to fight it. It will take them days to be able to put it out. Most of the population and shop owners have been forced to stay outside by the forces of law and order. There has been a lot of looting here, and it has been difficult to differentiate looters from shop owners. Moreover, it would be easy fighting the fire without a crowd in the market. It's also risky for people to watch their hard-earned money and investments being ravished in fire that could lead to a cardiac arrest. For the 2 nights that the fire went on, The shop owners stood side by side with the soldiers and police, waiting to get to see what has become of their shops. About a quarter of the Douala Central Market is involved in this agony. Goods and cash in billions have been burned to ashes. Less than 10% of those involved in this fire disaster had insured their shops. Moreover, a handful of the investments are loans that they borrowed to buy goods during this December festive period. It's going to create plenty of agony and dismay on the hearts of those people. That is why you see them in this mood. It is hard for them.
Yeah, Mama. Yeah, je n'ai pas rien fait. Je ne peux pas partir. Oh, que le feu me fléchisse. Oh, Seigneur Jésus. Seigneur Jésus. Je ne peux pas. Je ne peux pas. Je ne peux pas. Je ne peux pas. Je ne peux plus. Je ne peux plus. Je ne peux plus. Pitié. Oh, pitié. Je n'ai pas pris ce foyer. Oh, que je vais tuer.
Ça m'a surpris. Hier, quand j'étais avec les clients, je venais de recevoir mes cours. Je suis partie sans rien prendre ni fermer la boutique. Je suis dépassée, comme vous me voyez. Je suis sortie de ma boutique nu-pied. Je n'ai même pas pris un 5 francs. Je ne sais pas par où commencer.
Finally, on the third day of the fire disaster, the fire is completely put out. Shop owners can now go in and see the extent of the damage. The scene is horrifying.
J'avais l'espèce que j'ai comptée posée dans la boutique. C'était 3 millions, l'espèce que je connais. Mais le colis qui est cassé jeudi, tout ça est parti comme ça là. Comme je vous dis, madame, je suis zéro dans ma marché central. Le crédit des gens est fini comme ça. Je ne sais pas par où je vais commencer. Je ne sais pas comment il fait pour rembourser les dettes des gens. Je ne sais pas par où il va commencer. Quand je suis venue, j'ai vu ma chérie, c'est devenu la sang, comme tu as vu la madame. Comme ça que ma vie est finie. Comme ça que ma vie est finie au marché central.
Ce qu'elle veut dire. Tout est fini. Les crédits, comme je dis, l'argent des gens. On va occuper ça comment? Il n'a rien dit.
Comment vous pouvez dire qu'on peut estimer ce qu'on a perdu dans un tel pareil sinistre? Je ne peux pas estimer. C'est vraiment on ne peut même pas évaluer, monsieur le journaliste. Vous-même, vous voyez comment les pertes sont énormes. Je ne peux pas vous dire. Parce que si vous me dites d'estimer combien de millions, c'est toute une vie que j'ai perdue comme ça, monsieur. Je vous remercie beaucoup.
All these was caused because of improper connection of power within our local markets. The web city, with wires and mains crisscrossing from one angle to the other, from one pole to the other, from one door to the other, from one shop to the other, from one house to the other, without permission from defined authority. It's Sunday, 9th of May 2010. It's a public holiday in Cameroon, and most shop owners of the Congo market are not present at their stores. 3:30 p.m. News is spreading across the city of Douala that the Congo market is on fire. There is plenty of panic in the city. Shop owners and loved ones of this market are coming in from all directions. Because of the influx of the people into this area, there is a traffic jam. But we can see flames coming from the Marché Congo, as it's fondly called, from a distance. These flames can be noticed from all angles of the city. The population is already alert, and thieves and looters are already there, picking up goods that do not belong to them. And the area is already crowded. Some of them are shop owners who suspect their shops could either be by those on flames or could be involved in the fire. We finally get there to meet these people in this dismay. It is the left wing of the market in flames. This area of the market is mostly occupied by dress and mattress sellers. These are conductors of fire, and with the fact that some of this part of this market is built with planks, another conductor of fire, it will take a long time to put out these flames. The firefighters of Douala are always alert and ready to move. They are already here, and they are trying their best to get control over this fire. The talk about here is that there has been a short circuit. A short circuit again. Fire burst out from one main, not well connected, in one of those stores, and is ravaging and consuming this area. Those whose stores are not yet on the flames are trying to pack out their merchandise before the fire comes. A majority of these guys here are looters and some of them thieves. This market is well known for pickpocketing in the city. The fire will be on for close to a day, and billions in cash and property will be consumed by fire just because of the web nature of the connections in the city of Douala. In the heart of the fire, the badly connected mains and wires are still flying and burning in the air, connecting from one roof to the other. Every year, billions of francs CFA are consumed by fire in cash and property because of fire usually caused by a short circuit either in the neighborhoods or a public place in Cameroon. The wars at the markets that get consumed by fire because of the same reason. Most big markets in Cameroon have been affected by this situation. Topping the charts are the Kumba main market, the Bamenda main market, the Bafusa market, the Tiko market. The markets in the city of Douala are all involved. There are many stories and legends that could come after incidences like this. But the truth is that fire investigators have always reported a short circuit. Who connects them? Who turns our city into a web city?